Oompa loompa doopa dee doo. I got a little bonus for you. Sit back down, stay right in your seat for a little Oompa Loompa treat. Abacus Crunch, he returned to his home. Ben's to her friends, Lottie Bell's to her phone. Lottie Bell to her phones. Triumphant Larry has made a comeback. One day his ex-wife saw the act, laughed so hard and took him back. Oompa loompa doopa dee day. What of Mrs. Scrubbit and Bleacher you say? Give me just a moment or two, and I'll Oompa Loompa show it to you. Do I beg your pardon? What's up with this wild machine? I show it to you. Oh, there we go. Now that's much better. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what you just witnessed was my cover of Hugh Grant when he was the Oompa Loompa from Wonka, which was a Willy Wonka musical film from 2023 starring Timothy Charbonnet. And I was like, what was the point of doing that song? Because guess what? It's been a long time since I did a YouTube video, and what better way to start off a YouTube video than a song? In other words, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? I know it's been a long time, a real long time, and I never paid enough attention and got energetic, charismatic to my YouTube thing, but it doesn't matter because I am back. But I want to talk about something important. And for those that's wondering what am I going to talk about, I want to talk about, like last year I talked about what life was like the first half of 2024, but now what's it like in the first half of 2025, what we've been through. And also, I just received a new subscriber, so now I am 54 subscribers in. So thanks for sticking with me, even though I have to do better with timing, and I decided to take a week off from work and to just lay low and see what life is like. Like sometimes you need to chill. Just relax, reboot, regain, recharge. So, yes, 2025 was not going according to plan ever since you-know-who came back to office and he's doing you-know-what. And everybody is really angry right now. Everybody's angry, sad, depressed, hurt, betrayed, lied to because of what the POTUS is doing right now. And the POTUS, he had some nerve to put us through a whole lot of darkness, shame, and even warring against his own political party. Even his so-called, as some people would say, the POTUS's chick. Well, the chick is a he, and he had enough. But now, even after they split up, like parted ways, like we're no longer working with each other, technical difficulties, lack of communication, lack of understanding, and the fact that he's about to expose it all, the POTUS decides to deport the chick back to where he came from. Now put that thing back where it came from, or so help me! POTUS is starting to act like Mike Wazowski on Monsters, Inc. And of course, it's kind of like he did the same thing. Now make everybody vote for me and support me, or so help me. But the only thing that the POTUS is not doing is telling the truth, as in, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you. How can I begin? January through June. It's like a political warfare. Even when you watch stuff on social media, I mean, Jasmine Crockett, Marjorie Taylor Greene always wanted to shut her up. The congresswoman's time has been expired. Will you shut up? Shut up. Jasmine Crockett's doing her thing. MTG doesn't want to know the truth. That's why she was called the blonde beach built body. But Crockett, she had more than one enemy. MTG was one. She told Elon Musk to screw off. She got called low IQ by Trump. Oh dang, I just said the POTUS's name. Well, of course everybody knows who the POTUS is. Nobody is safe. Nobody can hide secrets. And yes, let's not forget Pam Bondi, Nancy Mace, and a few weeks ago I had a song stuck in my mind. If I did a song to support Jasmine Crockett, it'll be my rendition of Brand Nubian's Slow Down. What I think you ought to do is slow down from one spot onto the next spot, onto the next spot, onto the next. Shout out to Brand Nubian, Lord Jamar, Sadat X, Grand Pooba, DJ Alamo, DJ Sincere, and there was another DJ, rest in peace, I forgot his name. But yeah, we've been through a lot. Political warfare. The nuclear bombs dropped on Israel. But according to the storyboards, the storylines, the headlines, we missed. And Trump didn't realize this until the last minute. It's kind of like we're dealing with a lot. Russia versus Ukraine. Israel versus Iran. And we were caught up in the midst. Caught up in the middle of it, the center of it. We were caught up in the hype. Even Chuck D would tell you he and Flavor Flav in their 60s would still remind you to not just the word not. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe it. Comedian Godfrey, I've been watching him on social media platforms, mostly Facebook. He's talking about a lot of situations. He's bringing up the political controversies that took place. Even when he imitated Donald Trump and Elon Musk and all the individuals who have dealt with the repercussions, as in, thou shalt reap what you sow. Latinos for Trump deported back to Mexico. ICE taking over, arresting some folks. I find that hard to believe, even when it's just for racial profiling. Like ICE is supposed to be like the police, give you that police brutality from LA in the 80s and 90s, leading to NWA screaming, screw the police. But now, screw ICE. Everybody wants to make if someone had the nerve to make an NWA inspired song based on ICE, they will say, screw ICE. ICE has gone too far. They're doing what Trump asked them to do. Because they're afraid that they will be called traitors if they don't do their jobs. Some police officers find it hard to believe. Doctors, nurses, they find it hard to believe because the so-called big booty bill is going to hurt a lot of individuals. And it's going to make it harder for the individuals who are trying to get a checkup, a physical check, a flu shot. They're going to find it hard because we got to have to pay. Pay with our bare hands, bare money, plain money, broke. The rich keeps getting rich and the poor keeps getting poor. Jimmy Buffett doesn't live in Key West anymore. David Allan Coe warned about this situation, but he was talking about the late Jimmy Buffett. But this is Jimmy Buffett doesn't live in Key West anymore, part 2, because we got the POTUS taking over. The big booty bill. Why you call it big booty, Taylor? Because the bill stinks. People still fart. And what do you know about farts? They stink. People don't find it attractive. Like, ew, Taylor, go to the bathroom. That's rude. That's how stinky the big booty bill is. Stinky, stanky. You gotta say it in the southern style. Stanky. Stanky, stanky. That's why we need to get ready for what's going down. The Great Recession, leading to the Great Depression. Kamala Harris talked about this. She warned us about it. But I didn't even warn about what Trump was going to do. And when I saw that video, the woman in the white fur coat was like, no, no, no. Guess who that was? MTG herself. Before she was the blonde beach-built body that everybody insulted her. Because she has no patience. No patience. Nobody has patience when it came to the Republicans versus the Democrats. Political Bloods and Crips all over again. That's what's taking place ever since the executive orders. Medgar Evers, he'll be rolling in his grave. Harriet Tubman will be rolling in her grave. Try to replace MLK. Try to replace Juneteenth. Everybody dead will be rolling in their grave. Black history figures. And you go and disrespect the black veterans. You want to get rid of their background information. Ever since you got rid of Medgar Evers, a civil rights activist and a former veteran himself, from an Arlington Veterans Cemetery online website, and the U.S. Navy vessel. How dare you? This is where we're at right now. But I don't want anybody to be on my comments and screaming, MAGA for life, screw you. No, I don't want it. It's just like some people are still afraid to tell the truth because people want to get on your bad side. They act like they gonna say, you don't know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're talking about. What the heck you talking about? I've been there. Somebody did that to me. If someone said something negative to me about a post that I commented, how are you going to fight back? Instead of saying F you and shame on you or talk about people's mothers, as MF Doom would say, don't talk about my moms, yo. And by the way, happy heavenly birthday to MF Doom. God rest his soul. We're at a time when it was like, you know what? What's the point of arguing anymore? You know what? I don't like how they responded to me because I said something. What do? Delete! I remember I reacted to a YouTube poop, or a reactor watching a YouTube poop, and I quoted. And someone said something. I was like, what is this, a Diddy party? I was quoting, and I told the reactor, Driver 3 Joe, DRIVR 3 Joe. Feel free to check out his YouTube reactions. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to his channel, by the way. And someone said, at least it wasn't the Windy City. But I meant to say, But I think the person was trying to say Wendy Castle, because every time there's a Peppa Pig YouTube poop, Wendy Castle has to be brought up. And I said, oh no, that is 666 times worse. And somebody that responded to me after I responded to him saying, at TC Jones Edits, shut up. And I'm like, no! But the sad part about YouTube is they will not even let you respond. Like, they will not even show your latest response. After being told to shut up, when I said no, respond to no. Like, if someone tell me to shut up, what do you say? No! No, I will not shut up. You shut up. But that's not how it works. But after seeing the fact that my latest response, no, was not seen, I had to delete my own dang response. Like, everybody's saying, like, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Or maybe just mind your business. Stay out of the way. Stay out of this. Everybody talking mad and bad smack and putting others down. Like, stay out of it. Nobody wants to. Nobody wants to accept the truth. Republicans, Democrats, what are we fighting for? The fact that the POTUS is putting us to a position that, according to my minister, Donald Woods, it's like a compare. I compare Brother Woods' sermon a couple weeks ago when he brought up Joshua and the walls of Jericho, as in Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho. Sing it over now. Joshua fit the battles of Jericho, then the walls come tumbling down. It's going to take next year and or 2028 for the walls of Jericho to tumble down. A POTUS wants to be a king. No King's Day took place on June 14th. 5 days before Juneteenth arrived, Saturday, June 14, 2025. No kings all over USA, from New Orleans to Chicago to LA, New York City. What do you think they doing in Atlanta? What do you think they doing in Nashville or Memphis? What do you think they were doing in Champaign-Urbana or Chicago? No King's Day. On Donald Trump's birthday, nobody celebrated. And even the army was rolling in tanks on the streets. Nobody was there to support him. No King's Day. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. But you're doing it the wrong way. That's what people are saying. Trump has a mind like Lil Simba from The Lion King 1. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. But kings and queens, they all have downfalls. They have faults. They have flaws. Some would accept it. Others, they don't. Because in the society where America is falling apart, Canada doesn't trust us anymore because of Trump. China too. Man, it's been a political war in 2025. When will the big booty bill die? It has to be until midterms and or 2028. But sadly and shockingly, Mr. POTUS, he wants to get rid of the 2028 elections. I'm staying. And whether you like it or not, you're going to shut up and you're going to make me take over America. I'm going to make America great again. Remember when I said we need to build a wall? And all of a sudden, y'all going to bring up the Epstein shtick. It's rigged. It's fake. It's not real. And even Pam Bondi had to say it herself. I don't think it's real. Well, I don't think what you're saying is real. Nobody does. But in a society where Republicans are taking over more than the Democrats, it's like we're unbalanced. And even a lot of ads, a lot of posts, even on social media, they're asking people to stop Trump and save Black history, and or to put Trump out of office by impeachment. Even Harris was talking about it. Barack Obama, he was thinking that Trump went too far. And some people would still believe until this day that Congressman Jasmine Crockett should be our next president. But she said it out of her own mouth. She's not going to run for president. I mean, think about that guy Cory Booker, who spent 25 hours on the floor in the Congress with a powerful speech. I mean, think about it. And we got this, I wouldn't consider him Muslim, but I don't know what race he is. But he is the governor of New York, and he wants a showdown with Trump, like ding ding. He want to box it out, duke it out with Trump. And he knows that, he ain't playing. Now, I don't know if he's from New York and or LA, but I just heard about him. And his name starts with the letter Z. Mr. Z. He got guts, he got heart, he got the strength. He looked like he can win a match, a boxing match against the POTUS, because the POTUS, he's not caring about us. All I'm trying to say is that he don't give a care about us. Michael Jackson on my mind right now when it comes to Donald Trump and the hardships, the controversy he's causing for all Americans to suffer until we all bow down to him. We're not worthy. No! I'm not bowing down to a man who wants to be a king. He wants to get rid of the Constitution. He's disrespecting the Constitution. He got goons, a crew, a clan, a clique to shut up the Democrats. But we Democratic individuals, the ones who are voting the Democratic parties, we say no. We're not going to let this happen. But unfortunately, it's up to the Congress. It's up to the judges. But in a land full of Confederacy, we are hurting. It doesn't make sense. And I've been quoting DJ Quick. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Even people, if they don't make dollars, then they don't make sense. How dare the POTUS try to hurt America? This is America. This is what we have to face on a daily basis. Childish Gambino. Imagine what it'd be like before he retires from rapping for good. Before he just becomes plain old Donald Glover. For the rest of his life, an actor and a singer, not a rapper anymore. Come to think about it, the Clips, Pusha T and No Malice, back together. They made an album, Let God Sort It All Out. In stores last Friday, 7-Eleven. If only I had one right now, a big gulp. But I have to be in Middle Tennessee. And come to think about it, In my 31 years of life, although I'll be 31 tomorrow, I learned that throughout 2025, we have seen the vision getting blurrier and blurrier and blurrier than 2020. 2020, when you think of the year 2020, you think of the 2020 visions. But COVID slowed everything down. COVID slowed everything down. That's when our vision started to get blurry. Who will remember Donald Trump and Joe Biden for the presidential candidates? Like they going back and forth. And like Joe, like, will you shut up for a minute? Will you shut up for a minute? How come Trump never shut up? Well, never had time to shut up yet and see where he went wrong. Trump was ahead of his time. He got the power. Oh, does he really? Musk, on the other hand, everybody hated on him. Remember, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Screw off. And now Musk realized at the last minute, oh my gosh, I done messed up. Yeah, and now I have to put an end to this. I'm going to stop Trump because I knew that I made the biggest mistake of my life. That's how he's been acting. And all of a sudden, for a few days, the Republican Party decided to do a Congress meeting early in the morning, like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. No. p.m., you mean a.m. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 in the morning. Oh. If I was Ice-T, I'll be telling it like it is. At 6 in the morning at the Congress, at the Supreme Court. Ain't no way bigotry is gonna slow us down. Ain't no way police brutality and ICE deportation slow us down. Because guess what? Everybody has flaws. That's one thing I learned about the first half of 2025. We all have to deal with the flaws, even when it comes with darker, controversial, depressing incidents that's going to take place near the end of the year. People will get sick. I still owe myself a flu shot. That's a perfect example. What's wrong with me? Why are we hurting ourselves? Why? Why does Trump want to get rid of PBS, Public Broadcasting Service? Probably because we ain't watched PBS lately. I haven't. But I know about PBS. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Sesame Street, Arthur, Zoom, Zaboomafoo, Reading Rainbow, Between the Lions, The Electric Company, Cyber Chase, Miami Gale, Wild Kratts, which was the Kratt brothers from Zaboomafoo, but now they move on to another show which had something to do with them and discovering animals like they did on Zaboomafoo. But this time, part of the show, it was animated. Fetch with Rough Ruffman. Anything educational from PBS. And besides, on behalf of PBS, on the folks of PBS, I want to say, as an American, I find it hard to believe when the POTUS wants to get rid of you and the same like the U.S. Department of Education. Without education, without SNAP, without Medicare, without Medicaid, without the ACA, I would find it hard to believe to be A-okay. Because people, they still die without insurance, without Medicare. We need to eat. We got SNAP. Now you want to get rid of our health choices. You're trying to shut us all up so we can bow down to you. But for a while, we have a lot of people that's decided enough is enough. I'm tired of kissing everybody's butt. I have to live my life and do it the way that I want to see it. No, not the life the way you want to see it. The way God intended. This is what's wrong with the American society. But still, we are not the ones to blame here. To be a politic, you shouldn't be selfish. When you say you're going to do something for the country, prove it. Don't be racist. Don't lie. Don't ruin our education. Don't ruin the NPR. Don't ruin our insurances and the tariffs. But then again, you want to give the rich people, the billionaires, you got to give the people what you want. The OJs would flip their hairs. They will turn their backs on the people that's supposed to save America, to put America where they need to be, on top. But still, selfishness has a price to pay. It's kind of like getting pulled over and you have to accept the ticket and or warning. But if I was one of those billionaires, I would be like, and after seeing what went down, hearing about the POTUS and what he's doing for my people, the Billionaires Club, I'll be like, you know what? I don't trust this man. I'm going to do what I ought to do. Give my riches. Donate. Help out the ones in need, the low class, the middle class. Even George Carlin had to put his 2 cents in. I mean, and since I'm black, I would have to do something for the black community. If I was a billionaire and I'm a black man, I would decide to give African Americans homes, needs, quality, love. Even if it means to put a Bible in their hand. Because guess what? We can't be silenced. We black folks can't be silenced. I would do something for the blacks. I would do something for the poor. I would do something for the low and the middle class. And also the individuals who lost everything in the Texas floods. And you know what's funny? Trump talks smack about them. Smack. But meanwhile, on the other side of the first half of 2025, what have we faced? Kendrick Lamar, Duckworth, an African-American MC who was having a feud with a Canadian by the name of Aubrey Drake Graham, as in Meet the Grahams. And I admit, I've been a Kendrick Lamar stan. Because my coworker, one of my coworkers considered me as a writer. How dare he? But it's not about my coworker. It's about the culture. It's about who got popularity and understanding. Even the YouTubers react to the Kendrick versus Drake thing. It's kind of like people, some of them, they already knew that Kendrick was doing exactly what Pusha T did to Drake. Terrence Thornton, he made a song with a Sean Carter beat, with a song that was done by Sean Carter, and aimed it at Aubrey Graham. For those that don't remember, the story of OJ with the picture, with the title cover, the album cover being Aubrey Drake Graham, blackface, rocking Jim Crow. Because he was doing a Jim Crow photo shoot. But with a blackface? That's when Pusha Thornton, he decided, okay, you called out my fiance on Duppy, and now I gotta get you back. And now Kendrick Lamar Duckworth is exposing Aubrey for Ozempic pills. But that was 2024. That was last year. I don't care. It's still talked about today. Meet the Graham still talked about today. And because of the powerful outcome of Not Like Us, Mr. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Grammys. Sweep. Get the sweeper out. Shout out to DJ Mustard for saying that. 5 Grammys for Not Like Us. 1 week later, Super Bowl 59, iconic Super Bowl 59. Wearing the A chain for his new record company, PG Lang. And of course, some people recognize the A lowercase as in A minor. But that's not all. Samuel Jackson as Uncle Sam. Salutations! It is I, your Uncle Sam. And tonight is the Great American Game. And I always love this line from him. Oh, so now you got the homeboys with you, huh? Cheat code. Deductor. No, scorekeeper. Deduct 1 life. And yes, of course, he performed with his iconic car, the Grand National the Regal from Buick. The same car for the album that he released, surprise album called GNX. And I love GNX. Pickable. Luther with the scissor. If this were mine. Everybody dressed in red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. American colors. The revolution is about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. Deep. And even the so-called letters, the circle, the triangle, the square, the X, give you that old school PlayStation console, like the buttons. And or gives you that Among Us type vibe. And of course, everybody was expecting him to do Not Like Us. And yes, he did. But he had to clean up something. Certified lover boy, certified. Wop. I'm on them tough. Wop. I'ma do my stuff. Ain't you ain't you tired? Probably struck a chord and it's probably. And everybody in the crowd screamed, A minor. That song went worldwide. That's powerful. And to top it all off, Serena Williams, that used to have a relationship with Aubrey Drake Graham, sea-walking, as in, I know you can't see me do it, but this is like the best way I could do it while I'm live. See, now I see why people say you need more space. Everywhere you go, you need more space. Right, I do. But it's not about me. And to wrap it all up, the piece de resistance. Bring out Mustard. Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off. Turn it. Game over. And of course, the meme for for the Super Bowl. Say Drake. But few months later, Kendrick from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. 5 Grammys and now 5 BET Awards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Hey. Now that's a big deal. 2024, 2025 was the year of Kendrick Lamar Drake. No, Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. And then recently, Drake came out with new materials. What I miss. Depression rears its ugly head. Anger rears its ugly head. And for the sports fans out there, kudos to Jalen Hurts, black man. 2 years after losing to Patrick Mahomes, he bounced back and won the Super Bowl 59. Motown Philly, the Eagles got the gold football, the trophy. But as for NBA, for the first time in NBA history, in their team history, after Seattle Supersonics was retired, OKC, they smoked, they swept, they eliminated the Indiana Pacers. 4-3. Game 7 has always been the call. But it wouldn't be fair for the Pacers fans. Now, I never was a big fan of the Pacers, but I have a jersey and a hat to match. But the OKC, they had a young team, they had a good team. So give them a break. SGA, kudos to him. Alex Caruso, that won with LeBron James and the Bubble Bowl during the COVID-19 era of the NBA Finals in 2020. He got another one. 2 titles from LA to OKC. Kudos to Alex Caruso. Kudos to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And when I think about that team, I think about Drake when he said on Western Road Flows, "It's raining money, Oklahoma City Thunder." After he gave a shout out to Kevin Durant. But yeah, 2025 was tough. Tough to grasp. Especially when we lose a lot of legends such as we lost Wayne from Atlantic Star. We lost Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys. And he had a daughter that was in the band called Wilson Phillips, known for "Hold On to One More Day." Man, we're losing a lot of people. To lose a lot of individuals, a lot of stars, a lot of respect, a lot of power, a lot of energy. We're losing a lot of that because we already lost God. Well, it's time for us Americans, not only for Americans, Nigerians, Haitians, Jamaicans, Africans, Asians, Korean, the entire Orient, the French, the Latinos, the Latinas, the Mexicans, the Italians, forget about it. It's time for us to bounce back. Just because we have a king wannabe president does not mean we surrender to him. Even though we're going to have to live through the obstacles that we're about to face. But we're still going to get what we need with God. Because God is the SNAP, the Medicaid, the ACA, the Medicare. He is our money. He is our teacher. He's the Heavenly Father. And without him, we'll never survive. Not in America, not in the entire world. Because one man is going to ruin us. But as Goody Mob once released, one monkey can't stop no show. Whether you a Republican that felt betrayed by a Republican president that's decided to turn to a king, a dictator like Putin and or Hitler, and still telling lies and saying that the Epstein files is not real, karma will come back and haunt him. Thou shalt reap what you sow. Death moves in mysterious ways, but you got to be careful. You can't wish death on anybody. The only thing you wish death upon is the ego. I'm not talking about ego from Philadelphia. I'm talking about ego, as in Beyonce's I got a big ego. I want my black history back. I want all the executive orders to be reversed. But until 2028 and or midterms 2026 next year, we're going to have to be like Moses, Noah, Lot, and obey God, because he is the key. He's my president. Well, no, not only that. If that's the case, why, I'd rather have Jesus for president. Jesus is my president, not Trump. Jesus is mine. He's mine. The Lord is my light, and whom shall I fear? He's my king, my blessed king, my precious king, my glorious king, not Trump. He is not a king. He's just a man who thinks he has a lot of power, but still. The heat rages on. So until then, to stay high grounded, stay on solid ground. Keep your head high, stay on solid ground, and never let any racist, selfish, hard-headed person tell you any different, because God has the final say. And that's how I feel about the first half of the year 2025. So until then, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, TC Jones Edit. Click the notification bell and there'll be more in stores. And until then, I will see you on the next video. It's yours truly, Taylor Jones, signing out.